think the sound sounds okay. I think the sound sounds okay. I think the sound sounds okay. I think the sound sounds okay. What's up, everybody? It's Friday, Friday night at 8. Hey, she's gonna be my mate. Great, 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 great. We're down here, girl, and it's Friday. Happy Friday. Did y'all see the moon? It is so big and it is so beautiful and it is just the best thing ever. I love the moon. It's like I can't even drive and look at the moon because it's almost like I'm hypnotized, immediately become like entranced. Like my eyes literally wind up when I see the moon and it's full and beautiful and it's just like, ah, yes, Luna. Yes, Luna. Yes, Luna. I'll be so happy watching the moon. I've always been like, I just love the moon. I love the moon. Shout out to the moon, honey. Shout out to the moon in Gemini, honey. The full moon, and you talking about the weirdos coming out. Shout out to the weirdos. What does she say on the craft? Be careful of the weirdos. What do you say? We're all weirdos. We're the weirdos. What she say? Nancy, bind Nancy. We bind you, Nancy. It really saddens me when I hear about Rachel True's experience on the set of The Craft. I didn't like it. Nev Campbell, Fairuza Balk, Rachel True, Nev Campbell, Fairuza Balk. Who's the girl, the main chick? I can't even. What's her name? I can't even remember her name. Has she done any other movies? What is her name? Hold on, let's go to The Craft. Shout out to The Craft. I used to watch that movie over and over and over and over. When I tell you, I don't, and it's just so crazy that I don't remember her name. That's how you know when your memory is going. Um, that's how you know your memory is going. Robin Tooney. Oh, she looks really good. I know that's right, bitch. 53 years old. Come on, bitch. She's 53. Nice. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. The Mentalist. She hasn't been in too many movies after after The Craft. Oh, she was on House. Yeah, she hasn't been in any movies. I mean, The Mentalist was a series, and she was on there from 2008 to 2015. Robin Tooney. Let's see what Fairuza Balk is up to. I remember Fairuza Balk had a little witchy store in LA. She's 51. We bind you, Nancy. She always had that crazy fucking smile, bro. You talking about that Joker? You don't exist to me. I tell you, I used to watch that movie over. I think I have that movie on VHS, as a matter of fact. That came out in 1996. I was 21, 21, 21. I'm an old witch. I'm an old witch, bitch. I'm an old witch. Yeah, bro. So what is up? So what are we doing, girl? What are we doing? What are we talking about? What is going on? I don't know what's going on down to the blogs. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on with this Brandy and Beyonce and Kelly and backstage. I don't know what is happening back there. Obviously, Brandy, I guess, sounds like Brandy's not too social. And so nobody's getting pictures with Brandy. And so it's all these pictures with Kelly and all these pictures with Monica. But I don't know. And then apparently Ray J went on Brandy's page and was talking shit in the comments. I don't know. I don't know what is happening. So hopefully everybody's having a good day so far, so good. Um, I want to see what I saved. Oh, shout out to everyone who is letting me know on Instagram, tagging me in their Instagram of their top 5 YouTube channels that they watched in 2025. I am so delighted to see how many of you had me in your top five. Oh my God. I felt so good. Makes you feel so warm and fuzzy. I was like, yes, top five. Yes, top five. So thank you everybody for all of your support. It really means a lot. We down here, our little boutique channel. And I was looking, I was like, I'm looking at my top five amongst the people, other people in y'all top five, and other people in your top five have over 100,000 subscribers and 50,000 over 50,000 subscribers, and it's just little old me down here with 33,000 subscribers. Shout out to y'all. Yeah, I'm an acquired taste. What was Ramona's tagline? I'm an acquired taste. What did she say? Let me see what Ramona said. I'm an acquire some taste. What did she say? Well, let me see. Ramona Singer tagline, I'm an acquired taste. Her tagline is, oh yeah, I'm an acquired taste. You don't like me? Acquire some taste. Yes, that's my tagline too. From the old racist white lady. Conservative. That's my tagline too. It's better than using a tagline for 4 years in a row. Word on the street is I'm the word on the street. I'm still the word on the street. In case you haven't heard, I'm still the word on the street. Shut up, Giselle. Played out and tired. I was like, when is Giselle going to change her? She had 3 iterations of the same tagline for like 7 years. So shout out to y'all for showing support and tagging me. If you haven't tagged me on Instagram, screenshot your top 5, share it to your story so I can share it to my stories. I love it. I'm here for all of the fun and the support. Ooh, let me clean my nose, girl. It's got sneakers on today. I feel a little greasy. I feel like I'm getting ready for my first grade pictures. I feel a little moisturized. Some days you could tell when I'm retaining water, girl. You can tell when the diva is retaining water. But anyway, so I really don't have anything to talk about. I really appreciate the support from 2025. Why am I my number one in my top 5? I'll tell you who my top 5 channels are. Me. Me. I'm number one. Me, Rodney, Bondi, Jamie, and Funky Daniva. That's my top 5. And my top 5. And then it says um, my top interests are sleep meditations, travel vlogs, personal development, reality TV recaps, and cooking recipes. And it said I watched 892 channels this year. That's 2 times of the average viewer. Everybody's in there. I see Bondi. I see Make It Make Sense. I see Spill It Boy TV. I see Robin and what's her name? Robin Laura. They travel all over the world, honey, and they only spend $100 a day. I see Gabor. I see oh wait, let me go back. I see Make It Make Sense. I see King of Reeds. I see Themis. I see Armand. I see Scotty. I see Carlos King. Did I say Gabor? I see Bourbon Bougie. Okay, let's see. Let me go to the next one. And it says, yeah, and then my personality type was the self improver. You're drawn to content that helps you grow and reach your full potential. You've watched personal development videos and explored different cooking recipes. It says, in early 2025, I focused on my personal well being. I have a lot of the girl that does the vagus nerve meditations and then yoga with Bird. If you don't follow, I love Bird. Oh my God. I've been following her forever. Yoga with Bird. I do like when I don't have time, she has like 10-15 minute yoga sessions that I like to do. And then it says, and then in mid 2025, I explored you watched videos about living in various countries and learned about different styles. Antoinette Yvonne, she lives in Bangkok. And then Picky Girl Travel, she lives in Mexico City. And then Stephanie Perry, who lives in Bogota, Colombia. All Black women. Shout out to the Black women moving abroad. And then I looked at cooking tutorials, plant-based branding, circles of food, and the Shaba kitchen. So yeah, those are my moments. And then it says my YouTube award is most likely to plan your next trip while sipping a cup of herbal tea. Girl, that's crazy. Isn't that crazy how it like captures all of that information? I really believe that every human being in the United States, and then if they do it in other countries, I think it would be great. But I think there should be a tax, like a write off. I don't know if you call it a write off or a credit, a tax credit that you get for your data being used. I really feel like the government should pay people for their data being used. And I feel like that should be on at the end of every year when you file your taxes, you're going to get something. You're going to get something back, whether your whatever else you made kind of like maybe it like if you owe, maybe it'll cross it out or whatever, but you should be give we should all be given something for our data being used, and I figure in the form of some type of tax credit for data usage. I think that's how you do right by people, because not only is this country killing people, I'm talking about the United States, it's killing people, taking your data, making you sick. It's just using it's like you're literally just a number. And I really feel, and I don't know if that's something that is going on, in legislation, where I think I did hear about a couple of years ago, because I said this a couple of years ago, that I feel like all taxpayers should get a credit, even if you're online. I think that just everybody that files taxes should get a credit, because that's the only way they're gonna know, right? um but I think every year, like, I don't know, they call it a tax credit. That's only Is that the right word? Y'all let me know if I'm using the right word. But I feel like we should be given some type of refund for our a tax return. I mean, not tax return, for our data being used. What do y'all think? I think that's a good idea. I tell you, I have good ideas. Okay. But I feel like, let's see, are there any initiatives that pay tax paying citizens a return, a return for using their data? While no widespread, this is the AI overview. It says, while no widespread government programs directly pay taxpayers for their data, the concept of a data dividend is a major proposal, with initiatives like the Data Dividend Project advocating for taxing big data companies to redistribute funds to citizens, and some private apps offering crypto or savings for data sharing. But these are voluntary, company specific schemes, not universal returns for tax-paying citizens. I think it would be great, actually. I do. They said why it's not widespread, because the valuation challenges. No, you could see it says it's difficulty in putting a precise monetary value on individual data. Go by percentages. This is how much you get. This is the bracket for if how much of your data was how much of my data did you use? I use 50% of your data. Okay, well, I'm in the bracket where if you use 50% of this citizen's data, this is how much money they get in return. Y'all making a lot of money on people using people's data, and nobody is getting a return for it. You're just taking people's data, using it. We use it every day. I literally last week I said I wanted a silk lined beanie, and like a couple of days later, something popped up on my Instagram feed. So you're listening, taking data, collecting data. I should be compensated for it. You should be compensated for your data being used, especially like Meta, like how much data Facebook is using. Like they're so raggedy, they have to change they damn name. Do y'all call Facebook Meta, or do you just still call it Facebook? That's with me and Twitter. I don't call it X. His mom, his daddy named him Twitter. I'm gonna call him Twitter. I respect your pronouns, but your mama named you Twitter. Jack Dorsey named you Twitter. We gonna call you Twitter, baby. Sometimes I spell it with an X, Witter. I just take out the T. I really think Elon Musk should have changed the name to Twitter, from Twitter to group chat. because that's what when I go on Twitter, it's literally like you're in a group chat and you're just looking at everybody's comments and you can respond, strangers responding to your stuff. You're like, who are you? And get out of my damn mentions. Girl, we haven't talked about one topic. It's been 15 minutes. I told you I could just run my MFing mouth. Let's go to the blogs, honey, and see what is the tea.
I sponsor the now. I sponsor the blog.
I don't know. I thought Mandy lost a bunch of weight. I feel like I saw Mandy lose a bunch of weight. Girl, the way our bodies are, the way women's bodies, we be going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. One season you skinny, next season you fluffy. I swear to God, I thought Mandy had lost a bunch of weight. And I'm sitting here watching her on Crystal. She's talking about the thin line between survival sex versus sex work and her explaining it. I'll listen to this later. I'm sure it's very interesting. Not Brandy, not Monica confiscates Ray J's cell phone. Ray J is a terrorist. Just paid my rent for the rest of the year. Bitch. She talking about just paid my rent for the rest of the year. Boss shit. Me too, bitch. That's funny. Paid my December house note in November, sent my December payment and said apply to all principal, not the interest. I know they mad. Paid everything off 3 months ago. Come on, big spender. People are so slow in these comments. My God, I see why special ed classes are overfilled because y'all done passed it down to your kids. What y'all mean the special education classes are filled up? Is that true? Is that, girl, it's only used to be like 5 or 6 people in the class in the bungalows. Shout out to the special ed classes in the bungalows. That's not right. Don't put the kids in the back. Did that 2 weeks ago, beloved. I did too. I do it's like I'm typically like 2 weeks before the first is when I pay, you know, 2 weeks in advance before the first comes. Yeah. But this time I had to wait till the first because something was going on with their app and it was telling me to update it. Yeah, these need to be longer. They need to update the app. They said update my app, and so I did all the stuff to update the app and then like cycled and went back to the page and was like update was not complete. And so I called the office and they were like, oh yeah, somebody else is saying that. And I was like, okay, so what do we need to do? She was like, oh, you can just come in the office. Girl, I don't want to come in the office. I want to do it online. I said, when are y'all gonna get this straightened out? Well, not too many people are complaining. Well, I don't care about the people that are not complaining. Girl, what does that have anything to do with what I'm talking about, bitch? Anyway, um, Britney Spears congratulates Rihanna for giving birth in September. Cardi B with Stefan Diggs' mom. Oh, that's so crazy. Girl, I saw these pictures earlier and I saw Cardi in the phone with this lady, like looking at the phone. And then I saw this lady, and then Stefan Diggs was kind of like in the background and she was like walking away from him. But I didn't think that was his mother. I thought it was like somebody taking pictures, just like a fan or something. I didn't know that was his mama. Shout out to Stefan Diggs' mom. Your son is a whore. Your son is a whore. Is a whore. Southwest Airlines introduced a new policy requiring plus size passengers to purchase extra seats in advance. It says Southwest Airlines is updating its seating and pricing policy for plus size passengers, requiring those who cannot fit comfortably between the seat's armrests to purchase an additional seat in advance. According to the Independent, the new rule is set to take effect on January 27th, coinciding with the airline's upcoming switch to assigned seating, a major change from its current boarding process. I took Southwest on our last trip. It wasn't that bad at all. But yeah, the seating assignments, but we were like first to get on. So, but they let you pick what seat you want to be in, which is weird. They let you, no, no, no. They're not assigned seating. So it's like first come, first serve seating. Like both of my sons wanted to sit next to a window. I want to sit next to a window. So we're not going to take, we took three separate windows, which I think is ridiculous. No, we all sitting in a one fucking row. What are you talking about? I was like annoyed. I was like, okay, Erica, you cannot control this. This is something that you don't have any control of, right? It's a sign. It's, first come, first serve seating. Luckily, we're like one of the first groups to board, but then it's like they want to sit next to the window, but I want us all to sit in a row because I know other people want to sit in the window, but they want to sit in the window too. So why can't they sit in the window? So instead of me trying to control the situation, I was just like, okay, just let them be, let them do their thing. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I was like, sit over here. And then my youngest son was like, no, I want to sit by the window. And then my other son was across the aisle sitting on a window over there. And I was like, come over here. And he was like, no, I want to sit next to the window. I was like, you cannot, this is something that is not within your control. I could only be worried about things within my control. Let me think. Let me come down. Let me come down. Yeah, according to the Independent, so it says it's changed from the new boarding process. It says Southwest current customer of size policy. What kind of name is that? Ugh. When I tell you white male, heterosexual, Christian, able-bodied, and fat, and thin, opposite fat. Girl, customer of size policy? Why don't you just call it a two-seat policy? A two-seat policy is a policy for people who cannot fit between even though I think it's a weird thing anyway. I haven't even finished reading it. I think it's weird. But it says Southwest current customer of size policy allows travelers to purchase a second seat before flying, with the option to receive a refund after the trip or to request an additional seat for free at the airport if one is available. However, the new policy will require passengers who need space to buy the second seat up front rather than waiting until check-in. Let me read a couple of the comments and see what y'all say. Let me know what y'all think about the policy. I think the name of the policy sucks. I think the policy sucks. But if they had a policy, I would change the name to a two-seat policy. That don't customer in size. I don't like that. I think that is so incredibly rude. And I just I feel like planes should come with a couple of seats that are wider than, especially in America. America is literally the fattest country in the world. And you don't have any accommodations for people who are larger than the average person. Here, you make a couple of seats throughout the plane that are a little bit wider than the rest of the seats. Or you may, I don't know if you want because of weight distribution, right? That's what I'm thinking. I don't think there should be a section because it would be too much weight in that section. So throughout the plane, distribute the weight evenly, and then make a couple of seats in a row that are just a little bit bigger for somebody to fit in. And make it, I don't know, an aisle, no, maybe an aisle seat. I don't know, a window seat. I don't know. Come up with something. Make it, I don't know. Come up with something and change the name of the policy. The name of the policy sucks. Okay, this person says, okay, as a plus size, that doesn't bother me, but I buy the seat, then you overbook the flight, and then you want my seat. Hell to the fuck no. Another one, I'm not going to hold you. It's very upsetting to be on a plane with a stranger touching me for hours, so I'm okay with this policy. As they should, because everybody deserves to be comfortable. People shouldn't have to share half their seat. Sounds a bit fat phobic to me. I mean, tall people pay for seats with extra leg room, so that's true. Define plus size, okay? Southwest kind of lost me when they took away 2 free check bags. Racked up so many points flying with 2 bags and a carry-on. Are they going to call people out as they're boarding the plane? That's very humiliating. I'm sorry, I tagged Southwest. I said, I think they should make a couple of seats that are larger than the rest of the seats on the plane, evenly distributed throughout the plane for plus size passengers. And change the name of the policy. It sucks. It should be 2-seat policy, not customer and size. That's rude. I think it's rude. I think the name of the policy is rude. I don't know, but I feel like in order to accommodate, you make a couple of, you not a couple, but a few seats throughout the plane, more than a couple, but a few seats throughout the plane, maybe 10 seats, because how many plus size people are going to be on the plane? Maybe 10 seats that are evenly distributed throughout the plane, that are just a few inches wider than the rest of the seats. I just don't understand the problem. And then so they can buy one seat, and then if you buy an extra large seat, then that's where you pay, right? Just like the people who pay for leg room, instead of buying two seats, because people are not necessarily, don't do they need two seats? I don't know, some people may. So I just feel like there should be rows that like, just take that armrest off of the fucking chair and let that be a seat for a plus size person. So a plus size person, like, it will only be two people in the row for the plus size person and the other person sitting next to them. But that plus size person has a seat that's wider, instead of buying two seats. Like, y'all trying to get over on people. I would just say, that's what if I was worked at Southwest and I was in the meeting coming up with this, I would say, first of all, change the name, because it's fucking rude. That's what happens when you don't have DEI, or when you don't have a diverse group of employees, because I would be the one, just like I was in the one in the meeting that we had, where they were wanting to get people to document a certain way, and they tried to have a goddamn English class for them. And I was like, that's fucking rude. I didn't say fucking, but I said that's rude when you're speaking to a group of people whose English is their second language, and to tell them they're not doing something correctly, but then try to teach them English one-on-one, when none of you all are professors in here. None of you all are always grammatically correct. I see your emails. None of you all are always putting punctuations in the right place. A lot of you don't understand syntax and structure. So let's not get into that, where we're all of a sudden telling people who speak another language that we don't like the way that you're documenting. Just show them the best way to do it without making them seem like you're not speaking proper English. Fuck that. I said, it's rude. I said, it's rude. I said, if I was in the class, this is how I said, can I just say something? They were like, yeah. I said, if I was in this class and English was my second language, I would find this course rude. That's what I said. So if y'all want some visits to HR, go forward with your little plan. That's why you have to have a room full of people who are diverse, who have a little bit of empathy and a little bit compassion. If I was at Southwest Airlines and they said, we're going to come up with the customer in size policy, where the plus size passengers have to buy two seats. No, y'all, first of all, y'all need to update those motherfucking planes and make some larger seats, period. And that's for all airlines. There should literally be a couple of seats throughout the plane where the armrest is removed, and that seat is just an extra large seat for a plus size person, and they can pay it at the thing. I need an extra large seat. Boop, and there it is. And you have a little bit more you have to pay. I don't know whatever the cost is. But you're not getting me to buy two seats on an airplane, you motherfucking scammers. Girl, everything in this goddamn country is a goddamn scam, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's move on. Brielle Bierman shows us how good her mom looks with no Facetune or edits. Kim Zolciak has the original Whoville nose, where they do, you know how everybody on the filters, everybody's nose looks like it's going up like this, and it's like square. It's like square at the tip. That's Kim Zolciak. She got the original Whoville nose. I'm not mad at her. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. If you buy a filter through surgery, do you need really, like, that's the thing that I don't understand. I said, y'all be having all these cosmetic enhancements and still use a filter? Isn't that what you went and got all that shit done? So you still not satisfied? You still need to apply a filter to your surgically enhanced face? Girl, that don't go. It sounds like something deeper. Sound like something a little deeper. I'm with this person. If you buy the filter through surgery, do you really need Facetune or a filter on camera? That's where I am with it. Kim keeps her a good wig. Her nose job makes her look like she's from Whoville. Girl, I just said that. Okay, so shout out to Kim Zolciak, KKK Kim, and Confederate Croy. She done broke up with Confederate Croy. I'm sure she's over there with MAGA Mike now. I'm sure she's over there. Derek Chauvin files for a new trial over conviction in George Floyd's murder. He's mad. He was like, I took an oath to the Fraternal Order of Police that if I killed a black man, I'd get off and be home by midnight, and I'd get home and make a sandwich. No, you got put in jail, bro. They're not used to that. They're like completely shocked. I think cops think that they really can get. I mean, they do get away with killing people, but like what he did was. I still have never seen. The only time I've ever seen that entire video is ironically when Portia Williams Stewart Guabadia slut from the 2000s when she was an activist when she was an activist down there for Black Lives Matter, and they were trying to, I don't know who at Truly Original decided that they were going to spotlight Portia being an activist. And when Kenya questioned it, everybody was on Kenya's head. Everybody was on Kenya's head. I ain't heard Portia say Black Lives Matter in 4 years. I haven't seen 1 ounce of activism from her, not even a post from her, nothing. And they showed a clip at the beginning of the episode. I was pissed off because I said I've gone this entire time and not seen that video, but leave it up to funky ass Portia and her butt dragging behind her that I got to see this motherfucking clip. So they added it. Fuck everybody at Truly Original and Bravo for doing that. I was really upset about that. And I was like, first of all, they didn't put a trigger warning at the beginning of the video of the episode. You should have, because you were showing something that was extremely violent. And why did you put that on the screen? Like on a housewife show, like, girl, what the F-U-C-K is happening? I was really pissed. That was all. I blame Portia. I blame Portia Williams. I do. Let her cook. She's really, I think she is really trying to look like Megan Thee Stallion. I really think she is really inspired by Megan Thee Stallion. Glorilla is who I'm talking about. What's her name? Glorious Hallelujah. Ain't that her name? I know Facetune when I see it. Just say I look good, boo. Damn. That's what she said. She looks good. Let the girl post her selfies and peace. Noticing it's always women hating on each other, but I remember they wanted an all woman's app. She's just looking different in every post. So how is she mad at everyone else saying her face keeps changing? Besides the nose job, she looks the same. Y'all look for things to nitpick. She got her nose job? She doesn't look like she got a nose job. Her nose looks the exact same. She does not look like she had a nose job. It says, so is it me or does she look like she got a second nose job? I don't know. I feel like she's doing a lot of, she looks like, I don't know. It's giving Megan. I don't know. For me, I feel like it's giving Megan. I don't know what it is. Oh, they say, oh yeah, today the 4th or the 5th? Oh, that yesterday was Jay-Z's birthday. I don't give a shit.
But we don't care.
They all look like smokers over there. Somebody said Blueface's new girlfriend looks like a smoker. They all look like smokers. That's the crazy part. Flirt alert. Megan Thee Stallion is enjoying life with her bae, Klay Thompson. Yeah, good for her. That's what I say. I say if you want to experiment with these things, if it's bringing you happiness, as long as you are happy and things are reciprocal, I have no problem. I always shout every now and again, I shout out the people in healthy, mutually beneficial relationships because it is a blessing. It literally is a blessing to be in relationship, a healthy relationship with your job, yourself, your friends, your romantic partner, your children. Those are the best. I'm always applauding those. In terms of romantic relationship, if it's not mutually beneficial, get the fuck out. That's all I have to say. If as long as it's mutually beneficial and the man is not trying to get you to be a maid or mule in the mattress, go for it. As soon as that motherfucker is one another question to ask on your dates. One is, can I have two references? The third question, second question, I had to look. The second question is, are you an ally to all women? What you mean by all women? All women, no matter what they look like, no matter what they can do for you, no matter what. Are you an ally to all women? If he don't understand and he starts him and hobbit and crip walking over it, girl, we don't know. Get it, move his ass around. Thank you for your services. Move around. Next case. If you got a man who's like, well, I think a woman should be in the kitchen. I think she, like, first of all, nigga, you was just born in 2005. Shut up. What are you talking about? You 20 years old talking about, I want a woman who is going to be cleaning and cooking. Where did you get that from? That's what I don't understand. These new age fools trying to be talking about something traditional. Like the motherfucking Raymond Santana talking about she's not a traditional wife. Nigga, you moved into her house. Is you traditional? The fuck? What are you talking about? Like, how do you fix your mouth to say that you want a traditional woman while you carrying your damn luggage into her house that she bought and paid for and has been living in?
I just, girl, stop.
I want a traditional woman. You do? Build a house then, bitch. Uh-oh. HalleBerry. She calls out Gavin Newsom over the menopause bill, saying he should not be our next president. I do have a feeling that he's going to run for president. We got bigger fish to fry. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I don't like the fact that we have to ask for stuff, right? You have to ask for things. You have to ask for freedom. You have to ask for rights. And then, like, who are you asking it from? And who the fuck are these people to even be giving somebody anything? Things that were taken, right? And so all of a sudden they're reframing it like, we're going to give you your rights. There should be no laws that say that I can't terminate a pregnancy. Get the fuck out of here. That has nothing to do, literally nothing to do with you. It is none of your business. It's none of your business, has nothing to do with you. But yet, so you want to take away my ability to get access to that. How dare you? Who the fuck are you? Who are you? Who are you to say that? Who are you to say that you're nobody and you can't tell a person what to do? But in this system that is powered by white, heterosexual men, when it comes time to speak up for women, they're completely oblivious. They ignore, they dismiss, they push to the side. So I don't know what this is about. We're going to read it, but it's not bigger fish to fry, because if it's one thing, it's the next thing. It's still trying to put parameters, confinements on a woman's body. No. So let's hear what it is. Oscar winning actress HalleBerry recently called out California Governor Gavin Newsom for vetoing a bipartisan legislation aimed at expanding menopause care for the second straight year. Here in my home state of California, my own governor, Gavin Newsom, has vetoed our menopause bill not once, but 2 years in a row. Berry stated on Wednesday at the New York Times Deal Book Summit. But that's all right. He won't be governor forever. She emphasized by neglecting women, half of the population, and dismissing us during midlife, he really shouldn't be our next president either. And the truth is, when the women get into that stage, into the crone stage, into the stage where you're not able to reproduce a person for their labor force and their industrialized society, you are pushed to the side. You are dismissed. Those wise women, they move them to the side. They move them around. They ignore them. Ignore them. We become invisible as we age, as women age, because you're no longer going to be able to help us do and reproduce. You're offline. So we don't care nothing about you. So I don't know what her menopause bill is. Let's look what this is. Uh, HalleBerry menopause bill. Okay, what is it? What is this about? Let's see. Um, what is let's see what this is. What is the menopause bill? Okay, let's see what she's trying to do here. All right, HalleBerry is advocating for California's Menopause Care Equity Act, AB 432, a bipartisan bill that mandates health insurance coverage for menopause, perimenopause treatments, and requires medical education on the topic. But Governor Newsom vetoed it twice, citing cost concerns. Though he plans to address it in the state budget, Berry, who founded the Respin Health to raise menopause awareness, publicly criticized Newsom for devaluing women by blocking this crucial access to care, promoting the governor's office to work on a resolution. It mandates menopause specific education for healthcare providers and curriculum developing for medical schools. Yeah, because once you're unable to reproduce for them, they don't care. So anything, any studies, any research, any medications or whatever the hell, any medicines or treatments is ignored. And I can tell you for one is that I'm glad that millennials are now entering into perimenopause and menopause stage because they're talking about it. I have never heard so much conversations about menopause and perimenopause within just the last 5 years. So many conversations that I never heard about growing up. All I would hear my grandmother say is she's having a personal summer and she'd be fanning herself with a piece of her newspaper that she was reading. That's all I heard from my mother. Um, hot flat. Like, she was always hot. I'm hot. She just hot, just hot. She want to cut all her t-shirts up. She's hot. But nobody ever talked about, hey, girl, when you're about in your 40s, when you're in your late 40s, you're gonna start having. Nobody talked about it because once again, once you're offline and unable to be a machine for these motherfuckers, they don't give a fuck about you, and that's the truth, and that is the truth, and that is the truth, and it's true. They already don't care about women in this country. And now you can't reproduce children. I don't give a fuck about what you got going on, girl. I don't care about you getting education on what you're going through. I don't care. We don't care. We do care about not letting the younger of you women not have abortions because we need a workforce in place. But the women are responding. Shout out to the women who are making the birth rates plummet to where the lava flows. Okay. And the fertility rate plummeting to where the lava flows. Kindergarten classes empty because ain't nobody having no motherfucking babies. Y'all gonna have a gap in the workforce. I hope I'm alive to see the effects of it. I hope I'm alive to see the effects of it. Because when these folks turn 18, they want to put them in some type of work. They want them to be in the workforce. And if you're not having babies, when these people, when what's gonna happen when that group of kids who would have been born turn 18? Is nobody gonna be there. It's gonna have a crazy effect. I can't wait to see it. I'm already glad I'm alive to see the beginnings of the wave of women like really waking up. It when I tell you, it makes me so happy. It makes me so freaking happy to see it. I was just waiting for you girls. I've been sitting on top of this hill, sitting crisscross applesauce, smoking my reefer and drinking my coffee, just looking down at everything that's going on and being like, waiting for the girls to start climbing up the hill. Here we come. Here we come with our staff. We got our staff and it's helping us get up the hill to ourselves. We not running through the desert like Jodeci begging baby, I'm begging baby. Okay. Looking for the mirage of niggas running towards niggas and it's nothing there. With your canteen and your staff in hand, tracking the tundra. Track the tundra up the hill. I'll be waiting for you, girl. I'm right up here. You want some weed? Here. Here, girl. Wait a minute. Let me get it for you. Where is it, girl? We have some right here. Oh, yeah, we got a little. Here you go. Got a little for you. I'm just sitting on top of the hill, just patiently waiting for y'all to get y'all together. Just slowly but surely. Do you guys think when a person shares their previous experiences to show that they are not different from what they're discussing and they share their experience about the topic, do you think the person isn't healed from that when they share the topics? that they've experienced. When I share with you things that have happened in my relationships, I'm sharing with you so you don't think that I'm around here just shaking my finger, but to know that I've gone through it, what you've gone through too. Do you think that when you're watching me discuss things that have happened, that in a relationship, that I haven't healed from that just because I'm talking about it with you and sharing the experience and telling you what happened and how I felt in that moment? Do you think that when a person does that, they are unhealed from that experience? Let me know in the comments. I'm really want to know. And do you also think? I think it's a. I don't know if it's a form of I don't know if it's a form of gaslighting when you tell a person who is literally down here trying to teach and trying to inform, that because you're informing, that you are still male. I'm still male centered because my topics are talking about women in relationships with men. So then you're still male centered when you talk about these topics. Because I'm like, do you go to other channels who are like literally every single day discussing Reddit posts, discussing things on TikTok? Do you tell those women that are educating and informing that they are male centered too? No, we are male decentering. That's what it is. It's male decentering. So you do have to talk about what you're decentering from. That's how I feel. So when I'm down here talking to you, because there was a comment and I was like, I thought it was interesting for this person to say you're still male centered because of the topics that you talk about every day. And I'm like, but if would you tell that to you go into a class and you fit women's studies class and you tell the teacher you guys are male centered because every day you talking about women and their relationships with men and how they're navigating through society. Would you go into a class and tell a professor that she's male centered because she's informing and educating on the way that men are socialized and how they're socialized to relate to women? Would you tell that teacher that she's male centered too? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Just let me know. I'd like to get your input on that. It says a new report. This is what I was talking about earlier. A new report claims Beyonce and Brandy don't rock with each other amid the Boy Is Mine tours and hacking drama. Brandy and Kelly Rowland reportedly on the outs too.
We did the conversation about Ray J, and he was saying, Beyonce, Jay-Z, come take some pictures with Brandy. Right. I got so many phone calls yesterday. Like, I didn't even go looking for this. I got so many phone calls yesterday. From Ray J? It was sources? No. It was not Ray J. Let's be very clear. I did not talk to Ray J about this story. That is not the sources that I spoke to. But yesterday, I got calls from people that are close to the tour and people that would know, who called me and said, hey, I saw the report, and now there's video circulating online of, Brandy walking right past Beyonce backstage and just different things. And they're like, they don't fool with each other. Like, they don't. Beyonce and Brandy? Yeah. So from what I'm told,
maybe it's a Kardashian thing.
Yeah. From what I'm told, they do not fool with each other. I mean, Jess, you made a comment yesterday. You said you can't miss Brandy at that tour. Yeah. So y'all remember yesterday we did the conversation about Beyonce, Jay-Z, come take some pictures with Brandy. Yeah. Right. I got so many phone calls yesterday. Like, I didn't even go looking for this. I got so many phone calls yesterday. From Ray J? It was sources? Not. No. It was not Ray J. Let's be very clear. I did not talk to Ray J about this story. That is not the sources that I spoke to. But yesterday, I got calls from people that are close to the tour and people that would know, who called me and said, hey, I saw the report, and now there's video circulating online of, Brandy walking right past Beyonce backstage and just different things. And they're like, they don't fool with each other. Like, they don't. Beyonce and Brandy? Yeah. So from what I'm told, hold on now, let me take my teeth. Yeah. From what I'm told, they do not fool with each other. I mean, Jess, you made a comment yesterday. You said you can't miss Brandy at that tour. Yeah. What you know, Jess? And no, I don't know. I will say though, that comment when the person called me, all right, y'all. So y'all remember yesterday? So I just want to thank Jess for making a point that makes sense, because you can't miss Brandy at the tour. But from what I was told is that at one point there was a cordial relationship. I was told that Kelly Rowland and Brandy actually used to be pretty close, but even that has subsided in years. But yeah, there's been this whole thing saying, and from what I was told from the sources, is that, this kind of lingered from, Beyonce came up and became the girl. Like Brandy is the girl, and they both are still phenomenal, iconic women in what they do. Mm-hmm. But at some point during Beyonce's climb, things kind of got a little bit rocky, and they haven't established anything better friendship wise from that point. So
you're saying that Lauren LaRosa is saying that Brandy and Beyonce don't rock with each other?
From what I'm being told, yes.
That's what Lauren LaRosa's sources are saying.
My sources are saying.
Don't put that on LL Cool Bay.
I'm just here reporting. Yeah.
He called her LL Cool Bay. Is that what he called her? That was cute.
A bunch of different things. So, like I said, that there was a conversation around, like, Beyonce's come up. Just want to, think, Brandy's take on that.
Okay, there was a clip apparently. Oh, so that's my outfit you down here in. I dare you to come down here again and take a picture with me. It'll go viral.
No, I'm just saying, like, niggas need to pull up, like, when they come to the show, come say what's up to Brandy too, Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's it. Like, because like we big fans. We got our family in there, our cousins, and we know y'all here, and we love y'all, and we look up to y'all. For y'all to come to every one of Brandy and Monica's shows and never say what's up to me, and take all the pictures and all. I mean, it just, I don't like it. And I love you, Jay, and I love you, B. Please, like, you guys are the biggest two stars in the world. So we know you there. Just, y'all walk. Yo, at the end of the day, Jay-Z and Beyonce, like honestly, bro, like yeah. Everybody moving and they hit because I'm about to talk some shit about Jay-Z and
They sure did. I tell you, them motherfuckers left the room.
Jay-Z, Beyonce.
So you wouldn't see he with the camera going like this. Everybody ran.
They like Ray J crashed out. No, I'm just saying, like, niggas need to pull up, like, when they come to the show, come say what's up to Brandy too, Jay-Z and Beyonce. So we know you there. Just, y'all walk by.
Some of the comments. Yeah, Brandy and Kelly, I think they have the same birthday. Let me see. And they're like a couple, like, does Brandy Norwood and Kelly Rowland have the same birthday? Yes, February 11th. And they're both born in different years, 79 and 81. They're both Aquarians and often celebrated together on their special day. Oh, that's too bad. I wonder what the reason is. Maybe it is the association with, man, look at them celebrating their birthday together and now they're not cool. I wonder what happened. I'm not, at first I'm thinking like maybe it's their association with the Kardashians. That's what I'm thinking. Cause I know y'all hate to hear it and I hope I don't sound ridiculous, but Beyonce and Jay-Z be up in the mix with the Kardashians and the what's the other ones? Jared Kushner and them. Right. I know they're in some relationships, people don't share politics, but a lot of the time they do. So a lot of time couples share politics. Sometimes they don't, because I used to hear that back in the day. I used to hear that a lot of like the men will be one particular political affiliation, or the man will be a Republican and the woman will be a Democrat, and she will tell her husband that she voted Republican, but she will vote Democrat. I've heard that since like before was even able to vote. I heard that was always like some like a thing in the house, like the secret. And my grandmother, she would always tell me, "Don't ask me who I voted for. I am very. That's very personal. That is the reason why there is because it used to be a booth. I used to go with my grandmother to vote, and there used to be a booth, and they would put the thing in there and like and press the thing and like poke a hole, and then now I guess it's all electronic, but or you can mail your shit in. But when I used to go with my grandma, it used to be a booth and it had a curtain, and you draw the curtain back, do your vote, and then drop it in the thing and vote. So yeah, I don't even know the reason why I said that. what was I talking about? Oh, families being Democratic, men being Republican, and women being Democrats. Yeah, I've always heard that. So I think like, going back to Jay-Z and Beyonce, that like that little piece of reefer really just really hit the diva like real quick. Girl, what is the tea? I mean, I done stepped on a cloud at this motherfucker, girl. What is going on? What is going on? I forgot what I was talking about, girl. Lost my train of thought. Mm. That was just a little piece of a something. I think it was indica though. That's the reason why. I don't know what this was. Yeah, but that hit me real quick. Chief Rocker number one, Chief Rocker. Who's Whitney? Whitney and Bobby was in there. Girl, you know that was on Bravo. You know that Whitney and Bobby were on Bravo, right? That's when we saw Phaedra. Phaedra's always been hanging around Bravo. She wanted to come back home. I'm surprised she hasn't mentioned that. Like, I'm coming back home to my original place. I was on the Bobby and Whitney. Yeah, because Bobby said every time you represented him, he lost. And then we got in how many wins does Phaedra have? Isn't there a list? Don't they? Shout out to the Esquires out there. Is there a list, like if you're like, a win and loss list, and like how many cases you've won or have judgments have been in your whoever you're representing in their favor? I need to know, because I feel like I want to know, like, how many cases have you won, Phaedra? Because how did Bob what's his name? What was his name? Bob Whitfield. How did Bob Whitfield, old weasel-eyed ass, win a case against you for Phaedra? I mean, with Sheba Sheree, girl, and he was in the damn courthouse going like this after he won, talking about, oh, bitch. Wouldn't that be? Well, she's not a divorce attorney. What type of attorney is Phaedra anyway? Because I was like, wouldn't that be crazy if Todd went and got Phaedra as an attorney, but she's not a divorce attorney? That would be good. Now I'll be like, put the cameras up. Get the cameras. I know Andy is over there sick. Damn, Candy. Damn, Phaedra. Y'all shouldn't have brought Phaedra back. You probably would have had Candy if you didn't bring old twisted mouth heifer Phaedra Park, Shadra, Fraudra. The girls will come up with a name for the girls. So anyways, we hope Beyonce takes a picture with Kelly with Brandy, so y'all can shut up. That's what I was talking about earlier. I was like, I don't know what is going on. Of course, Ray J is right in the middle. You just got good back with your sister, so be quiet. So I wonder what happened. I do want to know what happened. Let's read a couple comments, then we're going to go. How was Brandy and Kelly on the outs too? And they took a pic with each other while on the tour. Y'all be putting 20 on 10. This is why Beyonce doesn't pop out anymore. Mind you, neither one of them hasn't said or done anything. It's all outsiders and social media. But y'all act like people are not standing around, like, observing what's happening. Like, and then, like, I'm telling you what I'm seeing, and you're telling me I'm not seeing that. Like, as if it's so hard to be able to interpret when people are not hanging out with each other, or not fucking with each other. Like, it's possible. And it's also possible that these girls have fallen out about something. We just don't know what it is. That's when we need to get to. So whoever's out there, get on the case so we can come down here and talk about it. Okay, I'm out of here now. I'm on a kitty cloud, girl. Hold on. Let me see if anything else is happening. Oh, you heard about the threesome gone wrong? We talked about it a little bit. Iman Shumpert, accused of dragging a woman by her wrist and foot after repeatedly demanding she leave his home. She threatens legal action after the police failed to file charges due to lack of evidence. We talked about this. When did we talk about this? Where's my video on Iman? I got a video to premiere too. We just talked about Iman. What day was that? That was just a week ago. It was just a week ago. It says former NBA star Iman Shumpert the blogs, it was only one blog that had it. That's crazy. It was only one blog. When I went to look for the story, it was only one blog that had this incident. So this, what this incident is always. Somebody said, "Girl, just leave that man's house." I feel like it was we talked about it like a threesome gone wrong. Former NBA star Iman Shumpert has been accused of assault. We already talked about this. We already know what was happening. He told the girls to leave, and then the other girl came upstairs and started fighting the girl. They told one girl to leave, and the new girl came. And when the new girl came, she helped him fight the other girl that was there. Joanna, what's her name? Joanna Kim. She's a IG model. Because when I looked, Joanna Dongior, she calls herself Joanna Kim. When I went to look for her, I was like, I couldn't find anything on, not too much information on her. So she's probably just regular. What is that? Oh, my son is in there cooking. That's a damn smoke alarm, girl. It's not that loud. That's why I was like, at first I thought it was a truck backing up. Back it on up like a U-Haul truck. Hey. She also told the police she wanted to press charges for the assault. However, due to lack of evidence, no visible marks, bruises, or injuries, officers declined. So they have some body cam footage. Hold on.
So I'm just trying to understand. So the grounds of putting our hands on someone or whatever that's unlawful.
The initial story that you told me was you were banging on the door trying to get in the room, and you made your way into the room.
No, he opened the door.
Or he opened the door and he removed you from the room. You told me you were aggressive going into the room.
No, I wasn't aggressive. I was on the phone when I was on the phone to him. I went into the room, he opened the door. I went inside, we were talking.
That's not what you initially told me. You said
I went into the
room and
I went into the room, I was talking. I did not hit that boy. Never did I ever.
I never said you hit him.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. These black cops in a room with Iman Shumpert, they know who the fuck he is, number one. Number two, he got two bitches up in here, and y'all know what it is. So that's why the cop is really like, oh, you was aggressive. That's not what you told me at first. They're not going to be on your side, poo-poo. Not they, girl, whatever the fuck happened, you can forget about it. I would have said, never mind. But as soon as I saw two nigga cops coming there, and if I was with Iman Shumpert, I'd be like, never mind, forget it. Just forget it. Never mind. Y'all can leave. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out, girl. Girl, bye. Girl, them black ass cops was not gonna do a motherfucking thing. You hear how he's talking to her, right? Well, at first you said that's not what you told me at first. Girl, just take what I said and then compare what I said before what I said. You don't have to antagonize me when I'm the one who fucking called you, nigga. Like, that's what I'm saying. If they would have came in, I would have been like, y'all don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No, don't worry about it. You don't have to come in. Everything is fine. Everything is great. We will figure it out, nigga cop 1 and 2. Girl, no. Listen.
So you said I was aggressive.
That doesn't mean you hit him, but you told me you wanted to.
Did you call the ride?
And a woman cop, girl, you hang it up.
So at what point did there become aggression between me and him?
I'm going off the story you said. So
okay, so let's find other witnesses for the story. You said I was aggressive, so how?
I said when you went into the room, you upset that he was in the room with the other girl.
No, I wasn't. No. See, you pick and chose what you felt to understand the story. I said we were talking about another girl prior to this.
I love how she's clocking his ass. You picking and choosing on what you want to remember and then acting like you don't fucking understand. We already know what's going on here, girl. I'm telling you now, there was no hope for you. When them black ass cops came in there with Iman Shumpert, they know what the fuck is happening. It was a threesome gone wrong. They already in their mind like, yeah, nigga, yeah, you got it. You got these two bitches up in here. We know what the fuck is going on. Y'all fighting. It's a threesome gone wrong. We showed up to houses like this, but not with Iman Shumpert. So whatever you tell us, girl, that's not what you said the last time. I don't understand. We'll say it again. Listen.
A whole bunch of girls. It's another girl from this. She was on the phone. Not her.
Okay.
It was another girl. And she was on the phone and we were discussing the situation. So when I knocked on the door, and then he opened the door, and we were discussing it. He got upset, obviously, because he wanted to continue the situation with this girl. So he got upset, not me.
Okay.
I understand the story clear. You want to run back your camera that you have running? Yes, please run it back.
Okay.
But be mindful of what you're doing. You're a cop. Like, this is your job. Be mindful. Don't make up. Don't make up
anything.
Okay.
I love that she is clocking that. I love that she is clocking his ass. And whatever fucking tape you got, run that shit back too.
Is that lawful?
What's your contact phone number for you, Miss Shaw?
Is that lawful? I'm asking you a question.
It's lawful for.
Honey, a lot of cops don't know what laws they're enforcing. Ask them for the code of law. They have no clue. They don't know. I would be shocked if you give a bunch of cops a fucking quiz on the code of law and half of them will get it wrong. They don't know what the fucking laws they're enforcing. They don't. Ask them. Is that lawful or is it unlawful what I'm explaining to you? They don't know the code of law. They're enforcing codes of law and don't know what the codes of law are. They don't. Some of them do. Like I said, some of them do, but I don't. If you would do a mass survey and have them take a test, a lot of them would fail. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Is there a statute that says someone can't drag you by the hands? I'm trying to understand what you're asking, really.
You don't. How come you don't understand what I'm asking you? I just explained my entire story and I asked you, was it lawful? Now you telling me you don't understand what I'm trying to say? You know exactly what I'm trying to say. The cops weaponizing incompetence is crazy as fuck in this situation. But the only reason why they doing that is because Iman Shumpert is standing there.
Okay.
What's a good contact phone number for you? All right, and then what's the ETA for the ride that's coming for you?
15.
All right. Do you mind to step outside while we wait for that, please?
No. I do mind.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to step outside while we wait for the ride. Miss, can you step outside while we wait for the ride?
It's raining?
It's not raining.
Okay, but I'm in my pajamas.
It's not raining. There's a porch that's covered right here. This is now my second time asking you.
So you're gonna remove me?
Yes. Can we step outside onto the porch while we wait for the ride?
They were not going to be on your side, sweetie.
De-escalate everything that's going on here. You're telling your story. You're upset. Tensions are high. I'm going to ask that you please step outside with us. Thank you.
I promise you this. No, you can remove me. I promise you. No, let me stay outside.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Come on. Let's do it.
At the same time, they don't have to be aggressive. I'm not tripping.
No, let's do it. Let me outside for 10 minutes, 15 minutes until I run out.
That's all. Please. Please don't let her go. Like, we're just stand outside with her. I know, but I just don't. She's talking about remove me. Please, bro. I just don't want no bullshit out there. Please. I know. I just don't want nothing to go left. She need to wait on her ride. She can wait on her ride. Please don't let nothing go left here, bro. Oh, nothing going left. Right now, bro. I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna lie. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I don't think she called no car.
No.
Oh, no, it ain't no worry. Just want to keep it playing, like.
They're just waiting.
I don't want nobody getting aggressive or nothing. It's just like.
So the only other option would be to criminally trespass her from the location.
See you in court.
She got her luggage and everything.
On Instagram in the morning.
Somebody said, girl, leave that man's house. Nobody should want to stay where they're not wanted. Best believe if I tell someone to leave my house, they better leave. That's embarrassing for all parties for no damn reason. I mean, that's not, it's not that I'm taking his side, but if you ask you to leave, you're in his home. She didn't want to leave when the police asked, so I know she's acting a fool when he asked her. Don't nobody got to tell me to leave more than once. Some have got to have some pride, sis. Get out. No one should have to drag you out of their house. Girl, leave that man's house. When he told you to leave, y'all should have left. Be very careful of these types of women looking for a payday because he asked you to leave. A female cop wasn't playing either. Get out, man. Why would she think it was okay to sit in that man's house if he dragged you? The cops are here. Right, but the cops weren't on her side. They didn't even address him dragging her. They didn't arrest him for dragging her. She didn't have any visible scars or bruises. That he wasn't charged due to lack of evidence. The witness said he grabbed her by the wrist to escort her out, but that it was not done in an aggressive manner. On body cam footage, she told Shumpert, "See you in the morning," and see you in court on Instagram in the morning. As soon as those two black cops walked in there, she should have told them, never mind, because they were not going to be on her side, even though she accused him of dragging her. And then where do you, my whole thing is, where do you have to leave? Because if he's dragging you, there's no reason why you should want to stay. But they're not worried about him. Just like outside of him, you're accusing him of dragging you. You should not want to stay in the house anyway because of what you accused him for. Why do you want to be in proximity to somebody who's like putting their hands on you in an aggressive way? And then they didn't press charges because there's no bruises on you. So did he drag you? Because I'm telling you, I don't know. It sounded like a threesome gone wrong to me. He was in the room with the girl, probably locked the other girl out when she went to talk to on the phone or something, and they was in there. They started without her. That's what it sounded like to me. Because why are two women in your house, and why is there an altercation so late at night? So we already talked about that on the other day. So I'll put a little card up there so you can see the other video. We just talked about that 7 days ago, but we didn't have a lot of information. So we got more information here. Let her cook. All right. Okay. Now I got to go. So take care of each other. Ooh, how come it's not saving? Okay. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Happy Friday. Let's get down in the comments. I need to come back for another video, huh? Peace. See you in the next video. Bye.